At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. That old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe it. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sunkissed Orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Slade's the place for you!
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present the state softball tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on an outstanding softball season. And remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome back to Fort Dodge for the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament, the 2024 Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Still sticking on Class 4A here, moving right along. Just a few minutes late, but we're getting going. It's the 4 seed here in the tournament. The ADM Tigers at 29-9, hosting the 30-12 Fort Dodge Dodgers. Hello, everyone. Blake Walker along with you here this evening, going solo here for the next 2 games here at the Iowa Central Field here in Fort Dodge, Iowa. ADM and Fort Dodge, two teams that are very familiar here with the state tournament. Let's take a look at the road to state on how both these teams got here to the state tournament. ADM able to take down Winterset, a team that had won the last 2 state championships. Winterset obviously a little bit down this year, lost a good senior class, but nonetheless, ADM very strong out of a very talented Raccoon River Conference. 5th in 4A in team ERA with a 1.53 and opponent batting average at .168. And Lauren Hagedorn, one of the top pitchers in the state. We'll be talking about her a lot, 232 Ks this season. Fort Dodge defeated Sergeant Bluff Luton, 282 runs scored this year. That's 3rd in 4A. They're also very good at fielding. Hope Allstott, 431 hitter, 24 RBIs, 29 stolen bases. And don't forget about Ellie Doster, 41 RBIs this year and a 387 hitter. It's going to be a fun one here between these two teams. They met last year here at the state tournament, an 8-3 victory for Fort Dodge. The Dodgers have won every matchup since dating back to 2012 over the ADM Tigers. And in that game, or in those games, 8-3, 1-0, 5-3, 3-1, 5-0. So the Dodgers bring some power this year, and they feel like they have to win. They need to win here on their own home turf in a way. They play here every single day. They host their massive tournament here. It's just kind of one of those things that they'd love to get it done. ADM, they'd love to get it done as well and represent the Raccoon River Conference, who has had a team in the state championship of either 3A, 4A, or 5A every year since 2012. That's how good the Raccoon River Conference is. We'll send it upstairs for our PA announcements and your starting lineups and full lineup intros.
Freshman playing first base, number 16, Callie Zimmerman. Addison Herrick. Number 9, Kitty Stanford. Number 10, Kenzie Maxwell. Number 12, Finley Shaw. Number 17, Aubrey Noring. Number 23, Alexis Maxwell. Number 24, Peyton Herrick. Number 26, Reese Vandenor. Number 28, Elliot Von Rosen. Number 30, McKenna Pitlick. The assistant coaches, Brent Von Rosen and Brooke Hickey. Now let's meet the starters for the Tigers. Playing up, a senior playing second base, number 11, Cameron Smith. Batting second, sophomore, the DP, number 2, Macy Burton. Batting third, a sophomore, the pitcher, number 8, Lauren Hagedorn. Batting fourth, a senior playing first base, number 27, Kaylee Chen. Batting fifth, the junior, the left fielder, number 7, Maddie James. Batting sixth, a sophomore, the shortstop, number 16, Ellen Smith. Batting seventh, a senior, the third baseman, number 1, Olivia Wyatt. Batting eighth, a senior, the right fielder, number 13, Aline Johnson. Batting ninth, a junior, the center fielder, number 3, Addison Solari. And the flex player, a senior, the catcher, number 5, Aubrey Winter. The head coach for ADM is Lindsay Stanford. Ladies and gentlemen, our umpires for this contest. At first base, Jacob Lewis. At third base, Ryan Pierce. And calling with all the strikes, Daryl Erickson. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for state tournament softball.
You are watching the 2024 Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament presented by the Iowa Farm Bureau. As sole title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, Iowa Farm Bureau believes in the Iowa girl and cultivating individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. By investing in Iowa's youth, we're investing in Iowa's future. We are set to go here in this Class 4A quarterfinal. The 4 seed, ADM, taking on the 5 seed, Fort Dodge. The Tigers and the Dodgers, two teams that are very familiar here with the state tournament. Fort Dodge making their 7th consecutive state tournament appearance today and 20th in school history. ADM making their 4th straight tournament appearance and 9th in school history. So we're excited to see how everything goes today. ADM will be starting on the pitching side. They are the home team, and their leader in the circle today, Lauren Hagedorn, the sophomore. 22 games now started this season, a 17-6 record, 4 saves, 175 innings pitched, 232 strikeouts, and a perfect 1.00 ERA. So we're excited to see how things shape out today. The winner of this game will play on Wednesday at 12:45 against the winner of North Polk and Western Dubuque. We know how good the Raccoon River is this season, no surprise. And now we get to see the Raccoon River up front and personal as ADM gets us started with a ball down in the dirt. And we are off and running in this Class 4A semifinal. 1-0 pitch upstairs. Mia McCaleb is in the box here first for the Fort Dodge Dodgers. McCaleb this season, a junior, a .412 hitter. 1 ball and 1 strike. That one's right down the middle, and it'll quickly go to 1 ball and 2 strikes. McCaleb, 49 hits this season for the Dodgers. That is second most on the team. 21 RBIs, 2 home runs. 1-2 pitch. That one grounded right to Hagedorn. She'll throw on to first in time for out number 1. And a nice routine play by the ADM infield. Nice play by Hagedorn. And we'll get rolling here for batter number 2 up next for the Dodgers. And it's their lead hitter, Hope Allstott, just a freshman. 50 hits this year. That leads the team. 2 homers, 26 RBIs, a .431 hitter this year for the Dodgers. First pitch by Hagedorn to her is in there for strike 1. ADM this season only giving up 2.2 runs per game. Fort Dodge 2.7. ADM averaging 5, almost 6 runs per game. Fort Dodge averaging about 7 runs per game. So expect, somewhere 3-4 score average, if you will. 1 ball, 1 strike on the way, and a swing and a miss. Down for Allstott. And quickly behind, 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the count. Hagedorn. That one hit her. And Allstott will take her base on to first with a walk. So good patience there by Allstott. And that on the season will give her 18th walk, which now ties her for most on the team. And this brings up Ellie Doster, the freshman. A .384 hitter this season for the Dodgers. With a runner on first and a 1 out. A nice opportunity here to possibly get things going early for the Dodgers against a defense that is quite good, and a pitching staff, if you will, or a pitching person that is really good. And that's going to be a key factor today for Fort Dodge if they want to jump out early. No balls, 1 strike here for Hagedorn. That one's going to be chopped short. Hagedorn grabs it, throws onto first base in time for out number 2, but it does advance the runner to second. So the Dodgers now have 1 up on second. And this will bring up number 7, Lucy Porter, up to bat here for Fort Dodge. Lucy, a .312 hitter, 26 RBIs in 2024. She's looking for 27th right here with a runner up on second. She grounds that one right back up the middle. Second baseman on top of it. On to first in time for out number 3. And ADM does their job. 1 left on base. Nobody scores. We're headed to the bottom of the first. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Fans, level up your game at Central College. More than half of Central students participate in intercollegiate athletics because Central allows you to pursue your passions and be more than a spectator. It's the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu. Blake Walker with you here this evening in this Class 4A semifinal. Fort Dodge out of the Iowa Alliance Conference, newly formed Iowa Alliance Conference. And ADM out of the Raccoon River. ADM this season a 29-9 record. Have only lost 1 game in the last month. Or since June 17th, I should say. So yes, in the last month. Had a big tournament on the 17th, or had a doubleheader against Urbandale. They split it against Urbandale, but then wins against Ballard, Knoxville, Bondurant, Winterset, Carlisle. Des Moines, Roosevelt, Johnston, Gilbert, Clarinda, Southeast Polk lost to North Polk to end the regular season, beat Indianola and Winterset to get here to the state tournament. ADM, Cameron Smith, going to be up first for them. Lucy Porter is the one in the circle today for Fort Dodge. Lucy making her 27th start of the year, 19-10 record. 168 innings pitched, 162 strikeouts, and a 2.28 ERA. She'll go up against Porter here for her first batter of the day. Slow it away and inside for ball number 1. So 1-0 count here for Cameron Smith. Smith pops this one up, and the center fielder will come in and make the grab in time for out number 1. That's Aniston Talari out there coming in to make the grab. Out for out number 1. Macy Person, a sophomore, going to step up to bat. Just starting in her 18th game this season, 26 games played in overall. 12 hits this year, a .235 hitter. That one's squared up right down the middle. She fouls it down the right field line. 11 singles, 1 double, 5 RBIs. She's walked twice this year. No balls, 1 strike. Pitch up coming by Porter. And that one's low for 1 ball and 1 strike. Fort Dodge in the all blacks today with the red striping. ADM in all grays with red and black striping. 1-1 pitch. That one's fouled back. It kind of got me confused. I wasn't really paying attention in the beginning when they were starting to line up for starting lineups. Usually I thought ADM would be in the black and red and Fort Dodge would be in the grays and red because that's kind of their colors flipped, but nonetheless, Porter, 1-2 pitch, fouled back into the net, and the at-bat will stay alive for Person here. Person will settle back in the box. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, and nobody on here for the Tigers. Porter's pitch outside, tried to get her to chase it, and the count runs even at 2-2. Here on Iowa Central Field here, second to last game of the day scheduled here. 2-2 pitch, that one's in there. Lucy Porter, first strikeout of the ball game for Porter, and it sends Person back to the bench. Really nice heads-up pitch. Good location, kind of froze her on the inside corner. That's exactly what you want to see. And Lauren Hagedorn will step into the box. Another sophomore. This is in terms most of the way, very young ADM team that has a really good chance to bring out a championship here in the next couple years, if not this year, as Porter catches the corner. And that's strike 1. Lauren's so good on the pitching side, but just as good on the hitting side. 12 home runs this year. That leads the team. 30 RBIs and a .405 batting average. Trying to get something going here. 0-1 pitch. That one had no break on it. And it goes upstairs. 1 ball and 1 strike. One on the way. That one drops, not enough. Just misses the top. And it quickly goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Hagedorn on the hitting side. Only her 30th start of the season, so hasn't started every game, but she has played in every game hitting-wise for the Tigers this year. That one's fouled back, and the count will go even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So both teams trying to make quick work here of this first inning. Both pitchers looking good. We expected it so far. And you got the pitcher's duel right here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch on the way by Porter. That one is sent deep to left, or deep left out, I should say. And way foul. We're able to retrieve the foul balls today and take them back to the concession stand. You get a treat, is what we're told. Not sure what that treat is, but it's a treat nonetheless. 2 balls and 2 strikes. They try to frame it, and it's not going to work. Just missing. It'll be 2 balls and 2 strikes. Got to give credit to Doster. She did her best to frame it. And the count runs full. Hagedorn trying to get a free pass to first base. Porter trying to end the inning. 3-2 pitch on the way, and that one's foul tip back. Early on it. And she knew it too, and she looked at Coach Stanford over there on the left field side and laughed about it, while Coach Stanford laughed about it as well. Quick little chat there in the circle. 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count here with 2 outs and nobody on for the Tigers in the bottom of the first. 3-2 pitch by Porter. Not enough. Tried to go outside, and Hagedorn will take her base on to first. Just tried to maybe get her to swing, just wasn't doing it. And we'll have a courtesy runner coming in here. This is number 4, Lauren Troster, going to come in and run here. All substitutions / pitching changes today are brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. Brings up number 27, Kaylin Smith, a senior. 18 RBIs this year, 37 hits. And that one misses for ball 1. Runner on first base. Troster has speed to be able to take off. We'll see if she does it here with 2 outs. 1-0 pitch. That one's grounded. Stopped by the first baseman and on to first base in time for out number 3. 1 left on base, nobody scores. We'll see you in the top of the second. 0-0 is the score. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sun-kissed orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Back here in Fort Dodge for the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Fort Dodge and ADM tied at 0 after 1 inning. Lauren Hagedorn's pitch just misses. She asked the umpire where it was. He says, a little too far inside. Ashlyn Wills, the junior, up to bat. She's a .270 hitter. 1-0 pitch to her. She fouls it right back to the backstop. Again, this backstop just a little bit different than what you'd normally see at a high school softball field. It's padded and it's close. I mean, it's a good chance that it can bounce back and really help a catcher out if it comes down to it. Willis fouls it down the left field line, and she'll be behind in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes here up against Hagedorn. And anything they can get against Hagedorn is going to be huge. 27 hits this year for Wills, 9 RBIs, 5 walks. She fouls it again into the net. Stays alive in the at-bat. 1 ball, 2 strikes here, nobody on, starting the top of the second inning for Fort Dodge. Really good crowd today. This whole place is filled, outfield is filled. 1-2 pitch, swing and a miss, strike 3. Beautiful pitch right down the middle, and Hagedorn kind of got her out in front of it. Both Fort Dodge, a couple Fort Dodge players having a meeting there before they go up to bat, as Wills, Ashlyn was helping out Macy Brown, who is up next. Brown, a senior, 308 hitter. And you expect a good crowd. ADM travels so well. Obviously, Adele, not too bad of a drive. Then Fort Dodge, obviously. Step off the front porch and get down here and watch some softball. So always expect good from it. First pitch is upstairs for 1 ball and no strikes. Carlisle defeats Dallas Center Grimes in a huge, I guess you could say huge upset. It's an 8-6 win. Carlisle, though, very good out of the Raccoon River. Dallas Center Grimes played a lot of CIML teams, a very good Little Hawkeye conference, but the Little Hawkeye knocked out in the first round, and DCG will play Norwalk in the tied for 5th game. So can't sleep on the Raccoon River Conference. Like I said earlier, a Raccoon River team has been in a state championship in softball, whether it be 3A, 4A, 5A, every single year dating back to 2013. Absolutely insane. 2 balls, 1 strike here for Hagedorn up against Macy Brown. Brown's going to chop that thing to right field. That's a tough spot, and it is foul. And I mean barely foul. I mean, it might have hit the white line, but just foul. And the count's still even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hits might be a premium today. That's just kind of how it feels like and how it shapes up. 2 very talented pitchers on both sides for both teams. Brown steps back in, 24 RBIs on 28 hits. She chops that one foul down the right field line. Getting some coaching here on this side by head coach Andy Adams. Adams collected her 800th win this season. She is now 2nd all-time, 2nd winningest softball female head coach in Iowa history. Absolutely insane. 2 balls, 2 strikes. That one hung. That's a chopper. Throw on to first in time for out number 2. Really heads-up play by the ADM infield, and Brown will go back to the dugout. Take a look at the replay here. This is just a really short chopper, and the catcher able to jump on top of it and make a really nice play. That's Aubrey Winter behind the dish today. Winter takes that one for a ball. Aubrey Allstott, an 8th grader. Younger sister to Hope Allstott. 265 hitter, 14 RBIs this year, 13 hits, making just her 29th start of the year. She fouls that one back, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike here. ADM kind of in the learning process right now of what Hagedorn's going to throw at him here. That one sent down the right field line and foul. 1 ball, 2 strikes, quickly behind in the count. We've seen that a couple times here so far today. And time is called. And I believe, I don't know if it's an earring or something, was bothering Lauren Hagedorn. So she hands it off to a teammate and takes it back into the dugout. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the way, and that one is low for ball 2. Hagedorn trying to punch out the side here. 2 balls and 2 strikes up against Aubrey Allstott. 2-2. Allstott hangs in tough, though. Another longer at-bat. Again, you don't really worry about pitch count for the most part in softball. It's just kind of fatigue. Fatigue is going to be the big difference maker for a lot of these girls. And most of the time they can go a good distance, but you just never know. But a pitcher like Hagedorn, you can expect to see her pretty much all day. 2-2 pitch. Top corner, can't paint it. And the count runs full at 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes by Hagedorn. That one's sent to right field, and it just drops in front of the right fielder. And that is a hit for the 8th grader, Aubrey Allstott. Nicely done. Just dropped right in front of Aaliyah Johnson out there in right field. Didn't want to dive for it. That was probably the safest bet, just to take it, take the hit, and give it up. And Hagedorn has given up her first hit of the day. Is that what they need to break through? You never know. Hagedorn gets right back to work and throws a strike right down the middle. Kalia Zimmerman, the freshman, 333 hitter. She rakes 31 hits, 12 RBIs. That one goes outside, 1 ball and 1 strike. 9 walks this year for the freshman. Playing first base this afternoon for the Dodgers. Trying to get her team on the board. 1-1 pitch, swings right through it. 1 ball and 2 strikes. You're in the 8th spot of the batting order. 1 on base. Hagedorn going to try to leave her there. 1-2 pitch by Lauren. Drops in. Strikeout for Lauren Hagedorn. 1 left on base. Nothing out of it. We'll see you in the bottom of the 2nd. No score. You're watching Iowa Girls State Softball.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Slate's the place for you!
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Blake Walker with you here. Bottom of the 2nd inning. We get to see Lucy Porter and the Fort Dodge defense back out on the field. Lucy, a 2nd-team All-State pitcher, has pitched for the Dodgers for 4 years and committed to go to Minnesota State for her collegiate career. ADM set things back up in the box here. Porter's first pitch is low for ball 1. This is Maddie James, the junior. 266 hitter this year for the Tigers. 21 RBIs, 21 hits. Trying to get ADM their first hit of the night. She gives this a ride to left field. It's got a lot of hang time. Left fielder comes in underneath of it and makes the grab for out number 1. What a roaming play by Meyer out there in left field. That thing just had so much hang time on it. There was really nothing. There's no wind, and the wind kind of, if there is a little bit of wind, is blowing to the north, so it kind of kept that thing in. Ellis Smith now in the box, and Porter throws a strike. Ellis is a sophomore, 287 hitter, 27 hits this year. She sets back into the box. No balls and 1 strike here with 1 out, and nobody on. Porter tries to go the exact same spot, just misses, and the count runs even at 1 ball and 1 strike. Another beautiful night here in Fort Dodge. Just missed the rain today. That one slapped. Nice catch by the third baseman. Throw to first is in time. Heads up ball by Mia McCaleb. A diving grab. Our umpire almost took a tumble. Our umpire actually lost his shoe while he was chasing after the batter going on to first base. It just came right off. He almost fell right to the ground. So a heck of a save by our umpire here. Peril Erickson is our umpire, home plate umpire, and then a nice play out there in third by Mia McCaleb. So 2 quick outs down, and this will bring up Olivia Wyant, the senior. 17 hits this year for Wyant, 3 home runs, 18 RBIs. She pops this one up and back behind her for a foul. And a little bit of confusion going after it. Doster tried to get to the ball, might have had a chance at it, but the umpire, all he was doing what he was supposed to do. He just put his hands up and backed up, and they just kept running into each other, and they just laughed about it. Doster laughed about it as she caught to the fence. Doster tries to frame it, can't get it. 1 ball and 1 strike. That's one thing about the umpires here at the state tournament. They love their job. Have a lot of fun while they're doing it. 1-1 pitch by Porter. Swing and a miss. That thing curved outside last second. And it really caught Olivia Wyant swinging for it. Wyant making her 30th start of the season today. 1 ball and 2 strikes on the way by Porter. Foul back. Porter doing a really good job in the circle today, trying to get through 2 innings without giving up a hit. Looking for something big here is Olivia Wyant. One-two pitch, popped up, and foul again as that will fly into the crowd. Wyant, the number 7 hitter in the lineup for the Tigers. Currently playing third base today for ADM. She'll settle back into the box. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and nobody on for ADM. The 1-2 pitch by Porter. Foul back again. Couple long at-bats, exactly what ADM's looking for, maybe to get a little bit more confidence, a possibility to learn the pitcher just a little bit more. That's all you're going to be doing all day, just trying to keep up with what the pitcher continues to throw at you. Porter, no difference. 1-2 pitch. That one hung in the air, sent to left field, and it is caught. 3 up, 3 down. We're headed to the third. Fort Dodge at ADM, knotted at 0. You're watching Iowa Girls State Softball.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion. Because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
Back here in Fort Dodge at the Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex. State softball, Fort Dodge and ADM. ADM the 4 seed, Fort Dodge the 5 seed. Off and running as that one's a chopper and a beautiful catch by the shortstop for ADM, out for out number 1. Boy, what a really nice heads-up play by Ellis Smith out there. Take a look at the replay. Just a short little chopper and a really good heads-up play. Zimmerman was the one hitting. And that was Meyer hitting. McCaleb back to the top of the batting order. She will step up. She swings through that one for strike 1. There's been great play by the pitchers, great play all over on the defensive side for both teams so far. That one's low for ball 1. Caleb will step back up into the box here for Fort Dodge, just a junior. 1-1 pitch to her. She gives this a ride. Shallow left field. Left fielder's underneath of it to make the make the grab for out number 2. So 2 quick outs here, and this will bring up number 1, Hope Allstott, the freshman. We know what kind of hitting power she has. 50 hits this year, 26 RBIs. 39 of those 50 are singles. But just a freshman. That power will go up as the season goes on. And as the years go on, that's for sure. 2 quick outs here. Lauren Hagedorn trying to do some work here in the circle. 1-0 pitch. That one's low and misses, and the count's even at 1-1. Moving through these first couple innings here, both teams on the defensive side, as we expected. You know, statistically, you look at a 2-3, 3-2, 4-3 game for the most part. We're on track for it, but quickly 3-0 in the count here. Hope Allstott staying patient here. 3-0 pitch. That one's down the middle for strike 1. Didn't get the green light here. We'll see if she gets the green light here. A 3-1 count to Allstott. That one's low and away and misses. Ball 4, and Allstott will take her base. On to first. Not the first time Fort Dodge has gotten a runner on first. Now it's just a matter of can they move her over just a little bit more. And with 2 outs, you know, eliminates the sacrifice. The catcher, Ellie Doster, a freshman, will step up to bat. And overall, this is a Fort Dodge team that is quite young in retrospect. Only a couple seniors. Mackenzie McElrath, a senior, and Macy Brown, a senior. As Hagedorn's pitch is in there for strike 1 up against Ellie Doster. Doster sets back into the box. Runner on first base. 2 outs here for the Dodgers. 0-1 pitch. Runner thought about going. Allstott will step back onto first base. Counts even at 1-1. Fort Dodge, dating back to 2012, won every matchup here against the ADM Tigers. Runner goes, taken off to second base, and Allstott safely gets into second for a stolen base. Nice blazing speed. It was a good recovery. Nicely done by ADM. Ellis Smith over to get the bag, but just not in time. Throw is just a tad late for Doster. Throw was just a tad late for Aubrey Winter here catching. 1-2. That one slapped hard down the right field line and foul. Boy, that had some power on it. Ellie will take a moment, step out of the box, a couple practice swings, and step right back in. 1 ball and 2 strikes with 2 outs here. Hagedorn trying to retire the side. 1-2 pitch. She waited on it. It's a high bouncer. Throw on to first in time for out number 3. 1 left on, nobody scores. We're going bottom 3, no score. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Fans' official state tournament merchandise is now available online. It's time to get your smartphones out. Just scan the QR code on your screen now or visit IGHSAU.org to browse and customize your merchandise to match your style. That's IGHSAU.org. Plenty of t-shirt options, plenty of clothing options here at the state tournament. And I'm seeing it everywhere. You'll really start to see it here over the next couple days. But first day, a lot of team shirts. Always cool to see the different team shirts that everybody comes up with for the state tournament and whatnot. So really fun. We are in the bottom of the 3rd inning here. And ADM will send up Aaliyah Johnson to bat now. been a pitcher's duel so far, as we expected. Two very talented pitchers. Lucy Porter will set back into the circle here. With Johnson up to bat. And first pitch Johnson sees is right down the middle for strike one. Johnson first time up today. 0-1 pitch. That one's in there for strike two. Porter one strikeout so far, one walk. And quickly, no balls and 2 strikes here in the count. 0-2 pitch to Johnson. She fouls that one back. Aaliyah Johnson this season for the Tigers, a senior. 15 RBIs, a .297 hitter, 22 hits, 2 home runs. She's walked 7 times. 0-2 pitch by Porter. Just misses the inside corner. First ball of the at-bat, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Bottom of the third here, ADM trying to get on the board with at least a hit. Still hitless. 1-2 pitch, rise ball upstairs. Count runs even at 2-2, trying to keep Johnson on her toes here. 2 balls and 2 strikes. On the way by Porter. Just misses. And Aaliyah Johnson has fought back in the count. It's 3-2. Now what does Porter give her? Johnson's not one that you just want to hold it over the plate. Full count pitch delivered, and that one's popped up. Shortstop will roam over and make the grab. Nice play by Hope Allstad over there. And down for out number 1. Aniston Talari up to bat, 99 at-bats this year, 30 hits, 19 RBIs to her credit. First pitch to her. Again, just trying to hit that inside corner. It's worked for her a couple times, but that time just a little too far in. They'll go 1 ball and no strikes here. Talari's first at-bat today. That one's popped in the air, and that one's caught. Ellie Doster makes the play. Didn't even have to take off the mask. Really nicely done by Doster. That thing just hung in the air. Sometimes you get unlucky with the bunt in that situation. Brings up Cameron Smith. And Cameron, a .309 hitter, 20 RBIs this year. First pitch she sees is a rise ball. I'll tell you, from my perspective, just from here behind the plate, you can see me back here. I'm going to wave. There you go. There's me. 1 ball, no strikes here. From my perspective, Lucy does not want to go outside. That one is sent to the gap in right field. Goes all the way up against the Dutch sign, turning on it for a double in time. Cameron Smith, the senior, with the first hit of the day for ADM. And it's a Channel extra base hit. How about that? All extra base hits today are brought to you by Channel Seeds. The enhanced Channel Seed brand is here to help farmers like you up your game and rise to the challenge. Learn more today at channel.com/rise. So a runner up on second here makes things interesting. That one on the inside corner for ball 1. Macy Person, the sophomore back up to hit here. Time is called by Coach Adams. She wants to come to the circle and have a chat here with 2 outs and a runner up on second. Macy Person is going to be the batter here. A strikeout today so far for her. As Coach Adams will have a chat. ADM will send their runner back out to second here, and Coach Adams will finish up her chat here with her infield. Again, very, very talented head coach, a long-time head coach, 25 years coaching, 23 years here at Fort Dodge, an 824 and 340 record. 824 wins, second all-time in Iowa softball. Swing and a miss here for Macy Person. And the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. Porter trying to settle back in here in the circle with a runner behind her on second. 1-1 pitch. Person goes up and swings at the rise ball. And it's 1-2. Fort Dodge trying to get out of this half inning and go to the fourth. Still 0-0. 1-2 pitch to Person. And the rise ball she does not bite on. Cameron Smith up on second base here for the Tigers. Time is called. Doster will go out and chat with their pitcher. Just trying to get on the same page here. Macy Person, 5 RBIs this year. 235 batting average. Umpire coming over to get play resumed here. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, and a runner up on base number 2. On the way, swing and a miss. Strike 3. Second strikeout of the ball game for Lucy Porter. 1 left on base, no score. We'll see you in the top of the 4th. You're watching Iowa Girls State Softball.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. ADM and Fort Dodge, the 4 and 5 seed, headed to the top of the 4th, and no score here in this one. Lauren Hagedorn still in the circle here, and that pitch is in there for strike 1 up against number 7, Lucy Porter. So a pitcher versus pitcher battle here to start the top of the inning. 0-1 pitch, Porter down the left field line. No balls and 2 strikes here, quickly behind. Been a couple of those today for Fort Dodge. Just kind of quickly behind in the count. Porter grounded out her first time out today. Hagedorn, 2 strikeouts, 1 walk and 1 hit. Tries to catch the inside corner and can't get it, and it's 1 ball and 2 strikes. One more game after this one coming up later tonight. Slated to start at either 7:15 or 7:30. I don't think that'll start on time. You never know, but 1-2 pitch, short popper, and that one's caught by the third baseman. Nicely done by Olivia Wyant to come over and make the grab for out number 1. And that will be a 3A game this evening. So 1 quick out down. Brings up next in line Ashlyn Wills with nobody on and 1 out down. The way this game's going, it's going to take a big hit or a mistake, and both these teams don't make a lot of mistakes. Not a lot of errors combined for both these 2 teams. No balls, 1 strike, and 1 out on the way to Wills. Wills lays down the bunt, but it goes right to the first baseman. She'll turn around and throw to the second baseman over to tag Cameron Smith in time for out number 2. So Wills a strikeout and a ground out today so far. Brings up Macy Brown with 2 quick outs down here offensively for the Dodgers. And their hit came earlier. Dodgers have left 3 on base, ADM just 2. Brown settles into the box, shows bunt, first pitch to her, drops in. Good pitch by Hagedorn. In there for strike 1. ADM's outfield hasn't been too busy. It's been the infield that's doing a lot of the work. And speaking of the infield, that one goes right to the right fielder and down for out number 3, or to the first baseman, I should say. So 3 up, 3 down by the ADM defense. We're going to the bottom of the 4th. No score. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Frank, when you think Fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sun-kissed orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Fort Dodge and ADM. No score as we go to the bottom of the 4th. You can get a good view of the field here on the Iowa Central field. Good seating out in center field. Couple umbrellas out there. Couple seating sections in right field and left field. And then not to mention almost every single spot along the fence line is picked up by people in lawn chairs. It's actually, in my opinion, if I were to come here and watch a game, I think I'd go the lawn chair route. Get a nice back on your seat and everything else. I think it'd be a pretty nice experience. Oren Hagedorn, the sophomore, up to bat here for ADM in the bottom of the 4th inning, trying to get some offense rolling here. Porter's first pitch slips off her fingers and goes up top for ball 1. That thing hung in the air, got lucky. Hagedorn leads ADM in homers this year with 12. It's not someone you just want to leave a meatball over the plate. 1-0 pitch. That one's fouled right back. Just late on it. 1 ball and 1 strike. ADM a 29-9 record this year. Fort Dodge 30-12. Almost all of Fort Dodge losses came to teams of the CIML. Hagedorn sends it to left, and that is down for a hit. Hagedorn gets around first. That one gets away from the second baseman. They throw to second to try to get her, and they can. And Hagedorn, risky, but gets into second base. Boy, Ashlyn Wills got off the top of her glove, and Kalia was there to recover. They almost got Hagedorn back there. Nice play by the center fielder, McKenzie. And then just barely, almost got her at second. But Hagedorn, risky business, plays off. And just like that, ADM with their second hit of the ball game got a runner up in scoring position. And Kaylee Smith will step up to bat. Bunt is laid. Throw back on to second. Didn't get her. Boy, Ashlyn Wills thought she had it, and so did Ellie Doster. Trying to keep number 8, Lauren Hagedorn, up there at second. They're going to keep her running, not a pitch runner. 0-1 pitch. Bunt not going to work. That is a strike. Doster shows off her intimidation skills, trying to throw back, or it was ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Or no, no balls and 2 strikes. It was correct. Doster thought she could get her back at second. 0-2 pitch. Rise ball upstairs. 1-2. And Doster's going to have to be paranoid here for a little bit as Hagedorn will look to take off to third. She knows how big it is here with no outs. A sack bunt or anything could really help the Tigers. 1-2. Another rise ball upstairs. 2-2. Kaylee Smith grounded out earlier today in this one. Looking for a big hit here. 2-2 pitch, popped up. And foul back behind him. Count stays even. Bottom of the fourth inning here, starting to get into the innings where you want to start moving and put a couple runs on the board. Porter on the 2-2 pitch. Misses upstairs again, and it's a full count 3-2. ADM knows could be a huge spot here if they can get the walk and or advance Hagedorn. 3-2 pitch, pops up, foul. And Kaylee Smith will stay alive in the at-bat. Addie James on deck here for the Tigers. Full count once again for Lucy Porter. Swing and a miss. Just what they needed. Doster will stay patient here, make sure Hagedorn doesn't take off. And that is a crucial first out down for Lucy Porter. So Maddie James into the box here for the Tigers. First pitch to her, swing and a miss. Strike one. Porter's going to try and do this the hard way and just get him and go for a strikeout. Maddie flew out in her first at-bat of the afternoon. 0-1 pitch. Bunt is laid. Porter catches it, throws back to second. It's a double play. Lucy Porter, come get you some. Headed to the top of the fifth. No score between Fort Dodge and ADM. We'll be right back. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Fans, level up your game at Central College. More than half of Central students participate in intercollegiate athletics because Central allows you to pursue your passions and be more than a spectator. It's the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu. Welcome to the top of the fifth inning. We are still at a deadlock. 0-0 is your score. Aubrey Winter will step into the box here for the Dodgers. First pitch she sees is a floater that will drop right into the shortstop's lap, in for out number one. That's the thing for the Dodgers. A lot of their at-bats very quick. Just either quickly behind 0-2 in counts or just can't quite seem to get anything rolling. ADM got that runner up on second, but other than that, both teams are at a standstill. Up next is Kalia Zimmerman. Or excuse me, that was Macy Brown up to bat last time for Fort Dodge. So Zimmerman now up to bat. Zimmerman fouls that one back into the net. And Ellis Smith was the one who made the catch from the shortstop position. Counts even at 1-1 strike. Zimmerman struck out her first time up. Statistically, both players pretty even so far on the pitching side, as there's a slow swing and a miss for Kalia Zimmerman. Kind of chased after it. 1 ball, 2 strikes. On the way, Zimmerman fouls it down the left field line, just catches the netting. Alina Meyer on deck next for Fort Dodge here with 1 out, 1-2 pitch, another one that hung. Second baseman catches it and throws on to first in time for out number 2. A nice play by Cameron Smith. And just like that, 2 quick outs. Fort Dodge, the 1 seed going into the state tournament last year, everything seemed like it was going to fit into place. This was the year, last year was the year Fort Dodge could get it done. And then it was Jenna Young returning from an ACL injury for Winterset. She led them to the state championship the year before. Jenna Young comes back after not playing all year. And the 8-seeded Winterset Huskies upset Fort Dodge and send them home early. Trying to get revenge here today. 0-1 pitch, swinging through is Meyer, and it's 0-2. Coach Adams coaching Meyer here from the third base side. Hagedorn is in control here. 0-2 pitch, way outside. Hagedorn, I think that one slipped. She kind of laughed about that one. I don't see a rosin bag out there. Some pitchers have one, some pitchers don't. I don't see one out there. They just have the towel or the rag that they wipe their hands off with. Hagedorn, 1-2 pitch, and that one foul down the right field line, and my goodness. Mia McCaleb luckily was looking at the ball because she almost got drilled here in the batting circle. 1 ball, 2 strikes here up against Melina Meyer. Meyer grounds it right to the second baseman. Routine play on to first. And again, no score. Bottom 5 we go. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament.
At Mid-American Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Freedom Tire is proud to support the Iowa Girl through their sponsorship of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union. With 6 locations around the metro, you're never far from getting you back or keeping you on the road. Our certified staff and state-of-the-art technology means you can take comfort knowing you've got the best work at the best prices. Give us a try at Freedom Tire, a proud supporter of the IGHSAU.
Welcome back to the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. ADM and Fort Dodge still at 0 apiece going to the bottom of the 5th. Let's take a look at the replay there of that last half inning. And the big play here on the defensive end for Porter. Just a really nice job. Last time we saw her back up, and she'll step back into the box, or step back into the circle here, and just phenomenal effort on the defensive end. Just keeping the score where it's at after that big double play. Bottom of the 5th, here we go. That one is lined down the left field line and foul. This is Ellis Smith, the sophomore, up to bat here. 0 for 1 today with the ground out. Lucy Porter, not a bad day. 3 strikeouts, 2 hits, 1 walk. Trying to keep it rolling here in what has truly been a pitcher's duel. Rise ball too high, and this 1 ball and 1 strike. Wind continuing to blow out to the north just a little bit. Might not be enough to carry anything. 1-1 pitch, and that one is skied toward the flag that I was looking at. And quickly, 1 ball and 2 strikes. There is just not a lot working here in this one for both teams. 1 hit for Fort Dodge, 2 for ADM. 1-2 pitch, in there, strike 3. 4th strikeout of the afternoon for Lucy Porter. Continuing to just put on a show. Update from the other field, bottom of the 2nd. 8-seeded Western Dubuque is tied with 1-seeded North Polk. 1-1 is your score in the bottom of the 2nd. North Polk has looked unstoppable this year, but the Bobcats, who have been successful recently here at the state tournament, trying to have a different say about that one. That one's in there for strike 1. Up against Olivia Wyant here for the Tigers. Wyant 0 for 1 today with a fly out. An 0-2 or 0-1 pitch catches her right in the knuckles. And Wyant will run on to first base on a hit by pitch. That's one way to get a runner on that we haven't seen yet today. So now this brings up number 13, Aaliyah Johnson, the senior. We saw her go to 3-2 in her last at-bat. So Wyant gets on to first with the hit by pitch. Fort Dodge has left 3 on bases today. ADM just 2. First pitch to Johnson in there for strike 1. One error so far by Fort Dodge. See if it comes back around to bite him at any point. Johnson 0-1 today, a fly out. 0-1 pitch to her, sent to left field. That's going to get down. And just like that, ADM on first and second base. And up steps Aniston Talari with runners on first and second. Now things are going to get interesting here defensively for the Dodgers. Number 17, Aubrey Noring, will go out and run here for ADM. Take a look at the chat there happening in the circle for Fort Dodge. They've made big plays in the infield already, but this late in the bottom of the 5th, still got a couple more chances left, but boy, it's getting down to crunch time here for a couple of these batters, and you just don't want to give up anything late because the Fort Dodge offense really hasn't done much either. So who's going to break through here? Talari up to bat. First pitch she sees is upstairs for ball 1. And a really good chance to start stealing bases here. So Ellie Doster is going to have to be on her toes here. Talari is 0 for 1 with a flyout today. 1-0 pitch, lays the bunt. That one gets past Porter. Nope, she hops on top of it, but she cannot make the throw in time. And the bases will be juiced with 1 out. I didn't think Porter was going to get it, but she just hopped on top of it. But the throw was awkward. It was from her knees. Take a look at the replay. Just lost it, and Talari is so fast. Going to have a chat here in the circle with the infield. With the bases juiced and just 1 out. A really, really good opportunity for ADM. Just a base hit or a sack. A sacrifice could bring home a run, and in a game like this, you might only need 1 run. That's kind of how it's gone so far and what statistics tell us the rest of the way. So the bunt works out for Aniston Talari. 4 hits now given up today for the Dodgers. And the umpire will come over and have a chat and break up the huddle here in the circle. And whatever Coach Adams said, she's got some laughs out of the circle, so even in a stressful situation, they can get a laugh and smile about it. That's what makes Andy Adams such a good head coach. Aaron Miller, Nick Vinson, Jalen Adams, and Melissa Ward, all assistant coaches here for the Dodgers. 1 out, bases loaded. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. This is Cameron Smith in the box here for Fort Dodge. If Porter really wants to get something going here, she could use a strikeout and or a hit right back to her. 0-1 pitch to Smith. Bunt is laid. There's the catch. And they will hold. ADM had a runner on third. Olivia Wyant made a daring dash back to first base, or excuse me, that's number 17, Aubrey Noring. Noring made a masterful dash back to third base, and I really like this play by Porter. Bunts up, catch is made. If you mess a throw up, then a run scores. And she just decided to hold it, said, let's just wait. The bases will stay loaded, and that's okay. She'll take 2 outs. Macy Person up to bat. She struck out twice today. That one fouls back, 0-2. Fort Dodge does not want to see the one who's on deck. Lauren Hagedorn. Quickly, 0-2 on the count. Can Lucy Porter get out of it? 0-2 pitch to Person. Top corner, not going to get it. And also, I mean, a huge at-bat here for Ellie Doster behind the dish. You do not want to give anything easy if it goes behind you. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. On the way. Upstairs, 2-2. A walk does bring in a run. Porter can't be too careful here. But the Minnesota State commit trying to get out of a big jam here. 2-2. Tip foul back, strikeout. Porter gets out of it. And Coach Adams is fired up for good reason. Bases left, juice, and we're going to the top of the 6th. ADM 0, Fort Dodge 0. We'll be back. You're watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament.
Ladies, the place for you!
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Welcome back to Fort Dodge here in the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Blake Walker with you here. Top of the 6th inning, ADM at Fort Dodge. Still no score. 0-1 pitch there for Hagedorn up against McCaleb. Fort Dodge offense trying to get some rhythm going. Just 1 hit today for them. 3 left on base. The Fort Dodge infield is doing everything they can to hold back ADM. It's just the bats have got to come alive here. Mia McCaleb, a ground out and a fly out already today. 0-2 pitch, fouled again. A lot of ADM, or a lot of Fort Dodge's hits have just been late. I mean, just barely late. That go back behind the batter, waiting to square something up. The 0-2 pitch by Hagedorn, up and away, ball 1. Back at the top of the order here with Mia McCaleb. Aubrey Winter here behind the dish for Fort Dodge, or ADM, excuse me. 1-2 pitch. That one's knocked to the second baseman and thrown on to first. Boy, Cameron Smith's been really busy today, but she has not missed a beat. Very, very good play by the second baseman. Out for out number 1. And Hope Allstott will step up to bat. She's really been it in terms of offense today for the Dodgers. She'll go up against Hagedorn here as that pitch in there for strike 1. Four hits for the Tigers this evening, just 1 for, or excuse me, 1 hit here for the Dodgers, 4 for ADM. Allstott, technically 0 for 0 today, hit by pitch and a walk. So she's gotten on first both times, it's just the Dodgers have not been able to bring her around. 1-1 pitch, waits on it, that one caught by Smith, throw on to first, not in time. Allstott barely safe as Cameron Smith made another great roaming play, but just couldn't get it to the bag in time. And Fort Dodge once again has a runner on first. It's just who can do something else as the catcher, Ellie Doster, will step up to plate here for Fort Dodge. Doster Pitch is outside. 1 ball and no strikes. We'll see if Allstott wants to take off here on first base. Hagedorn trying to figure out what pitch she wants to go with here. Doster sets back into the box. 1-0, Doster. Ooh, she waited on it. Just a little late, though. It's a couple things I've noticed. Pitches starting to get a little bit slower, starting to hang just a little bit more. Here for Hagedorn, both pitchers actually. I mean, that's why you're starting to see a little bit more breakup here. You expect somebody's got to score here eventually. 1 ball, 1 strike. Up, ball 2. Hagedorn today, 2 strikeouts, 2 hits, 1 walk. On the pitching side, been very, very good. Trying to get her team to the semifinals. 2-1, that one's fouled back. Again, just missed it. That one fell back into the stands. They'll throw it back onto the field. Remember, after COVID, couldn't throw the ball back on the field. You had to clean it every single time. 2-2 pitch to Doster. Reaches out. Smith drops it. Couldn't quite get to it. Everybody's safe. Smith has been perfect all day, but that one just took a weird bounce off the dirt last second. And runners will be on first and second with 1 out. And it's the pitcher, Lucy Porter, that will come up to bat. Doster will head on to the dugout as number 3, Taryn Rippentrop, will come out and run. And Coach Adams will come have a chat with her players and the first base coach. And Doster was saying something to the batters. She's seen something, maybe a couple things she can keep an eye out on here. Maybe look out for. Trying to figure out Hagedorn here as the innings progress on. And in the top of the 6th, with 1 out, this is the best chance Fort Dodge will have had here all evening long. At the conclusion of this one, scheduled to be at 7:45, Sumner Fredericksburg and Wahlert Catholic go at it on the 3A side. Both teams having their respected huddles here, trying to chat things out, how they want to go about these next couple minutes as they'll break it up. Doster continues to give her advice over to the batters about what she saw. So runners on first and second here. Rippentrop on first, Allstott on second, and Lucy Porter, who has pitched really well today, is in the box. Porter thought about a bunt, and it's a foul ball. And time is called by ADM. And Coach Stanford will come out and have a chat here. I think they're just trying to make sure everybody on the field is who they think they have, and also if there were any changes made. So Stanford will now come over and have a chat with the third base coach. Nope, he's gonna go talk to Coach Adams and check on something. I don't know if it's the first base runner or the second base runner. Trying to listen in here. I'm not really sure what, if it was just they were trying to get a substitution correct or what. First base coach coming over and having a chat with the one in the box here, Ashlyn Wills, on deck. So the runner took off from second to third, and whatever it was, they weren't allowed to take off. So the runners will go back from first to second now. So a good catch by Coach Stanford there as Fort Dodge had stolen both those bases, but I guess something about it not correct. And they'll go back to first and second. 1 ball, no strikes here up against Lucy Porter, and that one just catches the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. This is where Coach Adams' teams are so good catching you off guard when it comes to base running. 1-1 pitch. Hagedorn misses. Make it 2-1. And even if they can get someone in a pickoff and maybe bait someone to throw somewhere that they don't want to be throwing, that's kind of what Coach Adams wants to try to do. 2-1 is the count. Porter swings. Third baseman throws on to first in time for out number 2. Boy, almost not worth it. Olivia Wyant spun around, thought she could get the tag at the runner coming to third, and she almost missed. If Porter was just a tad faster, might have gotten there. So now runners on second and third, and Ashlyn Wills will step up to bat. Coach Adams telling Wills to back up. Don't crowd the plate too much, because Hagedorn really likes pushing the corners. Runners on second and third. Hagedorn goes right down the middle, but not middle enough. Ball 1. Must have just been off the corner. Fort Dodge trying to break through. Upstairs, 2 balls and no strikes. Macy Brown is on deck. Wills, a strikeout and a ground out today for the Dodgers. A 2-0 pitch by Hagedorn. Upstairs, make it 3-0. This has got to be, I'd say, probably first or second time today that Lauren has been behind 3-0 in a count. We'll see what she throws here. That one's low in the dirt. Gets away from the catcher. It's a foul ball, so runners cannot advance, but it is a walk, and the bases will go loaded for Macy Brown. Now, Macy this season, taking a look at her hitting stats, Macy, 32 hits this year. I mean, she's a 308 hitter, so that couldn't have been intentional. I mean, maybe it was, but 24 RBIs, not really what you want to see at the plate here. So Coach Stanford will go have a chat in the circle here. And this is big. I mean, you'll have the bases loaded here with 2 outs. The way that this game has gone, you just don't know what opportunities you're going to have left. I mean, this will be back-to-back innings that the bases will be loaded for both ADM and now Fort Dodge. So it's just, what do you got left in the tank? What can you do defensively? You got to have your head on a swivel. You got to kind of think out and predetermine what might happen just in case. That's exactly what they're thinking here. So Macy Brown will step into the box with a chance to give Fort Dodge the lead. 2 outs, bases are loaded in the top of the 6th. Hagedorn in there for strike 1. Beautiful pitch. Just enough that it kind of caught Brown off guard, almost a jam position. Shows bunt, 0-1. Goes down and swings for it. Another good pitch, 0-2. Macy Brown gonna walk back, take a breath, walk back into the box here. This is a huge at-bat. Can Hagedorn get out of the bases loaded jam? 0-2 pitch. That one's chopped foul down the left field line. Brown is 0 for 2 today with a ground out and a fly out. Coach Adams telling her, plant the hip, move with it, it'll go right back up the middle. If she can foretell it, you never know. No balls and 2 strikes. On the way by Hagedorn. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Hagedorn gets out of the inning with bases loaded, and we still have no score. Bottom of the 6th, you're watching Iowa Girls State Softball.
At MidAmerican Energy, we're one company serving 1.6 million people who all need energy that's available 24/7. That's why we work 24/7. That's why we make investments in our systems that make us more resilient to extreme weather. That's why we generate power from all available resources to cover the variables in supply and demand. And that's why when the power is knocked out, we work around the clock to restore power to you. Mid-American Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Something exciting is growing on Iowa farms these days. Innovation. From tractors that seed, weed, and harvest with data-driven precision to drones that scout or plant cover crops to protect soil and water. Even our animals live in smart homes with round-the-clock care. Technology keeps your food safer, water cleaner, and makes us more sustainable. Because what we do here benefits everyone here. Life on the farm makes everyone's life better.
Welcome back to the bottom of the 6th inning here at the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament. Class 4A semifinal. Winner of this game will take on the winner of Western Dubuque and North Polk. Carlisle already defeated Dallas Center Grimes earlier today in a big upset, and North Scott able to take down Norwalk in another upset. So your 2 seed is lost, your 3 seed is lost so far, so it's a 6 versus 7 at the top of the bracket. Lucy Porter, first pitch, swing and a miss up against Lauren Hagedorn. And this could be the last time we see Hagedorn up to bat today. You just never know. The pitcher's duel has continued. No score here in the bottom of the 6th. 0-1 pitch. Just missing the inside corner, and it's 1-1. Hagedorn 1 of 1 today, a walk and a single. 1 of 4 hits today. Dodgers have left 6 on base, ADM 5. Both have had the bases loaded and couldn't do anything with it. 1-1 pitch by Porter. That one inside, too far. Trying to jam her, just not working. Two-1 is the count. Pitcher on pitcher, 2-1. That one sent to left field. It is up against the wall. That should be a double. Hagedorn turns on it and easily in for a double. Just what the doctor ordered for ADM's offense with no outs, a runner up on second. Take a look at the replay. Just perfectly squared up and sent to left field on a line drive up against the sign. And the throw just nowhere near in time, and Hagedorn's able to sit up perfectly on second. And now a chat in the center. Another Channel Seeds extra base hit. Haven't gotten a lot of them today, but we'd like to thank Channel Seeds for being your sponsor for extra base hits all state tournament long. Learn more at channel.com/rise. Bunt laid. Porter can't get there. Throw to first in time. Somehow, someway, Lucy Porter got that thing to first base. But it advances Lauren Hagedorn to third. I mean, just a heads-up play by Porter and then a heads-up play by Kalia over there on first. Take a look at the replay. This is, in fact, dropped. Bounces, and then just somehow gets up and fires it to first base. Good job by Kalia to pick it up. And Coach Adams will come out and have a chat here in the circle with 1 out and a runner on third. This is probably, besides the bases loaded, this is the most dangerous spot that Fort Dodge has been in. And you got to think, backs up against the wall pretty quick here, because if ADM scores, we're going to the top of the 7th, and that's it for Fort Dodge to bat. ADM would not have to bat again, so just something to think about here. A runner on third. Kaylee Smith up to bat. She fouls this one back. Or excuse me, Maddie James up to bat. James sets back in. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Runner on third here for the Tigers. Big chance here. 0-1 pitch. Bunt is laid, and it's a foul ball down. Boy, a strikeout here could really shut the door just a little bit more on a scoring opportunity. James is 0 for 2 today, bunted for an out and a fly out. It is not Hagedorn on third, that's Lauren Troster. So Troster has a chance to come home, and she looks like she's about to run out of the gates of the Olympics. 0-2 pitch, and that hits her. Maddie James will take her base, and runners will be at the corners with one out. And it brings up Ellis Smith to bat for ADM. Doster giving signals to the infield here. The lights have come on here at the Iowa Central Field. And time is called by Coach Adams. So Adams will have a chat here with her infield. She's one that likes to talk to the infield, but you get quite a few per game, and she's going to use them up. I mean, she wants to be able to talk to her infield, keep them composed and whatnot. Again, coming up after this, Wahlert Catholic and Sumner Fredericksburg, Class 3A quarterfinal, excuse me. Take a look at the ADM crowd, all white there, just off of I-80, just outside of Des Moines. And before you know it, I mean, Waukee is going to be right there with ADM. That's how quick Waukee continues to grow out. But a city that just keeps growing, Adel and DeSoto. Also a really nice quick start. Always love stopping at that quick start. So one out, runners will be at the corners here for ADM. Ellis Smith into the box with a chance to give ADM the lead. She sends that to left field, and that thing is foul. Troster was sitting on third. Again, she's lined up like she's about to jump out of the gates, running the 100-meter dash. That's how low she gets, ready to just take off, waiting for the signal from her head coach on the third base side. 0-1, bunt is too far, out of the reach for McCaleb. Boy, a second out, I mean, again, just kind of puts the door a little bit closer to being closed. And just like that, it's 0-2, so you got to swing. Can't bunt here. You can, it's just be really, really risky. I don't think we'd be seeing that. Smith will set back in. No balls and 2 strikes. On the way by Porter. Just misses the corner. It's 1 ball and 2 strikes. You got Maddie James on first base. Lauren Troster on third. Porter's 1-2 pitch. That is sent on a line to left field. That's going to get down. 1 run is in. RBI single for Ellis Smith. ADM has the lead. 1-0 in the bottom of the 6th. A beautiful knock right into the gap in left center. And the defense, it was bend but don't break. A crack slips right through. And on deck goes Olivia Wyant with runners on first and second. Wyant fouls this one back. And boy, in a game like this, I mean, that could be make or break in how this one's gone. Wyant, a senior, steps back into the batter's box. The 0-1 pitch to her is upstairs, and it's 1-1. See if I can get an update for you on North Polk and Western Dubuque. They are currently in the bottom of the 4th. 2-1, North Polk leads. That is who the winner of this game would play. 1 ball, 1 strike. In there, strike 2. Again, still just 1 out, mind you. So the Dodgers would love to pick up that second out here. But can ADM keep the pressure on? 6 hits already for the Tigers. 1-2, that one slapped down the left field line and foul. Wyant 0 for 1 today with a fly out and then a hit by pitch. Has looked really solid this afternoon. Lucy Porter, 5 strikeouts, 6 hits given up, 1 walk, 1 error. 1-2 pitch. Foul again. Couple long, frustrating at-bats if you're Fort Dodge, trying to keep everything together. Your infield has continued to play well. You just got to keep that up in a game like this. 1 ball, 2 strikes. With 1 out, runners on first and second. That one sent deep left field and foul. All the way over to the concession stand, most likely. Wyant has good power, no doubt about that. She can do something here to possibly blow this game open. 1-2 pitch. Wyant pops up, and this should go foul, and it does. The at-bat will continue for Wyant. One to nothing, ADM leads over Fort Dodge. Bottom of the 6th inning. Fort Dodge will get one more chance to hit after this one to try to tie and or take the lead. 1-2 pitch. Again, a hard foul down the left field line. Wyant is just waiting for her pitch. Boy, she's swinging hard. ADM has played a clean game all throughout. No errors on the Tigers so far today. Trying to keep that like it is. Lucy Porter, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Delivery on the way. That one's chopped. McCaleb will step on third. No, she couldn't get there. Everybody's safe. McCaleb tried to stretch and make the splits work, but did not get there in time. And everybody is safe for ADM, and the bases are loaded for Aaliyah Johnson. Take a look at the replay. Right idea by McCaleb, but the bobble is what cost her, and she was just late. Just late, and the bases will go loaded for ADM with a chance to really open this thing up. Again, if you're getting ready to tune in for Sumner Fredericksburg and Wahlert Catholic, going to be a little delayed on this one. We're a little delayed on this one coming in just by a couple minutes, so no difference here. But the pitcher's duel has turned into a little bit longer of an inning here as ADM trying to extend their lead before they go to the 7th. Still just 1 out and the bases are loaded. Aaliyah Johnson not going to get there. 1 ball and no strikes. As the sun starts to set over to our left here, sun's going to start getting in our eyes a little bit. Gets a little warmer. Johnson popped up. This is going to be a tough play. Center fielder gets underneath of it, makes a play. The tag home, not going to be a time. Gets away from the catcher, and the runners will advance from 2nd and 3rd. 2-0. ADM leads on the sacrifice by Aaliyah Johnson. Just kind of how it worked out. Take a look. A really tough play by the center fielder, McKenzie, and the throw home just not in time. Went over Doster's head and extends the runners from now 1st to 2nd to 2nd to 3rd. 2nd and 3rd are the runners now with Talari getting that one down on the left field line. No, it's foul. No, it was not foul. I thought he put his hands up that it was, but I thought it went out of play. Nonetheless, that's a 2 RBI double for ADM. Or is it? It's a foul ball. I was going to say, he threw up his hands. I was like, that's a foul ball. I know my signals. Take a look at the replay again. Down the left field line. Oh, my goodness. I mean, right there. I don't know if we could slow that down. I doubt we could. But, man, that had to just be barely on the chalk. So everybody goes back to their spots, and there's a swing and a miss for strike number 2. So a huge break caught for Fort Dodge. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch on the way by Porter. And she strikes out to Laurie. That's just 1 out, or that's just 2 outs. Or no, that was 2 outs. Well, 0-2, so I don't know. I guess that's the bottom of the inning. So bottom of the 6th is done. We're headed to the top of the 7th. ADM leads 2-0.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
All right, so after a hectic bottom of the 6th, we're going to the top of the 7th. Last chance for Fort Dodge for a chance to tie it and or take the lead. This is Aubrey Allstott up to bat. She's 1 of 3 today, or 1 of 2 today, a single and a fly out. 1-0 pitch. Low gets away. It actually hits her in the leg, and she'll head on to first base. So that's a good start for the Dodgers. And it brings up number 16, Kalia Zimmerman. Zimmerman will come up to bat now with a runner on first and nobody out. Coach Adams just checking with the runner on first if she's good, because it did hit her. But it hit her in the leg. I think she thought it hit her in the hand. All right, so Zimmerman steps into the box here with nobody out. And a runner on first. That one misses just outside. 1 ball and no strikes. Hagedorn today, 3 strikeouts, 3 hits, 1 walk. That's one thing for Fort Dodge. I mean, this is a hitter that came in with a pitcher that came in 232 strikeouts this year. And they've only given up 3, so they've been patient at the plate, no doubt about that. Trying to continue that patience here. 1-1. Zimmerman swings through and misses for strike 2. ADM just wants 1 out. At least get 1 on the board here. A win puts them in the state semifinals. 1-2 pitch. Zimmerman swings through and misses strike 3. And 1 out down for ADM. Melina Meyer will step up to bat. Again, the tying run is at the plate here. All it takes is 1 swing. Hagedorn going to try to close the door. That one chopped right back to Hagedorn. Throw on to second for 1 out. On to first for the second. Not going to go. Runner turns on it from first and safely into second. Melina Meyer gets to second. There will be 2 outs. And back to the top of the batting order to Mia McCaleb. Now will the scoreboard. There we go. It says 2 outs. So Fort Dodge is down to their last out here. Meyer stayed aggressive on the base pass. Nice play. Heads up play by Hagedorn to get the lead runner. McCaleb up to bat. That one is low for ball 1. Since 2012, stat keeping on bound. These 2 teams have played 5 times. ADM has never beaten Fort Dodge. 1-0. McCaleb swings through it for strike 1. A pitcher's duel all throughout. ADM able to put up 2 in the bottom of the 6th. Trying to slam the door here in the 7th. Hagedorn, 1-2 pitch. Down the middle for strike 2. 1 strike away. are the Tigers, and the crowd starts to get to their feet. One-two. McCaleb. That drops. Meyer turns on it. Play at the plate. In time. ADM wins 2-0 over Fort Dodge. And the Tigers are moving on to the state semifinals. Take a look at the play. Meyer had to stay aggressive. Rounded third. Here's the play at the plate. It's in time. The ball never came out of the glove. It stayed in the glove of Aubrey Winter, and the Tigers of ADM hold off Fort Dodge and are moving on to the Class 4A state semifinals. How about that? Dodgers had to stay aggressive, but the ADM defense just comes up big. 3 errors by Fort Dodge definitely played a part, but the pitching by Hagedorn and just the infield play in general, absolutely phenomenal. We will send it up to our PA announcer here for your trophy presentation and moving on to the next round. Well, that will do it here from Iowa Central Field. ADM, the 4 seed, defeats Fort Dodge, the 5 seed. 2-0 is your score in a pitcher's duel. What a game it was. They advance on to the semifinals, so they will face either North Polk or Western Dubuque. Class 3A quarterfinals coming up next here in just a couple minutes. We'll take a break and step right back. For my producer, Justin, I'm Blake Walker. Thank you for watching the Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament on the Girls Union Digital Network.